Right now, as we sit here in January 2026, Elon Musk is staring down one of the biggest gambles of his life. He says there's a straight-up 50-50 chance that by the end of this year, November or December 2026, SpaceX's Starship will blast off toward Mars, carrying Tesla's Optimus humanoid robots as the first explorers. Not humans, robots. AI-powered humanoids walking the red soil before any of us. Elon put it bluntly. Starship will hopefully depart from Mars at the end of next year with Optimus Explorer robots. But he also admitted the odds are even. 50% it happens, 50% we wait another 2 years for the next planetary window. This is high-stakes, real-world future tech unfolding right now. Welcome to Hypertech AI, where we break down the bleeding edge of humanoid robots, artificial intelligence, and the tech that's pushing humanity to the stars. Today, we're going deep on the most insane crossover ever. Tesla Optimus plus SpaceX Starship equals the first step to colonizing Mars. If you're hyped about AI leading the charge into deep space, smash that like button, subscribe, hit the bell, and let's dive in. This could be the moment robots change everything, permanently. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's talk about why this matters to you and me. Imagine waking up one day to news alerts. Robots have landed on Mars, building the foundations for human life. It's not just about space. It's about AI and humanoids reshaping our future, from factories on Earth to colonies in the cosmos. And with fresh updates dropping just days ago, including Elon's latest comments on potential delays, we're covering it all to keep you ahead of the curve. Why send Optimus before humans? Because Mars doesn't play nice. Let's paint the picture. Average temperatures plummet to minus 140 degrees Fahrenheit at night. That's colder than the Antarctic winter on steroids. Cosmic radiation fries unprotected DNA, increasing cancer risks by orders of magnitude. Dust storms rage for months, whipping up fine particles that could clog machinery and block solar panels, plunging everything into darkness. The thin atmosphere. It's about 1% of Earth's, meaning no easy parachutes for landings like we see in movies. You'd need retro rockets firing at precise moments to avoid cratering the surface. Humans would require massive sealed habitats with airlocks, oxygen generators, food production systems, water recycling tech. Think a self-contained city in a hostile desert, built from scratch. It's not just years of engineering, it's a logistical nightmare with zero room for error. Robots, on the other hand, shrug it all off. No need for air, no food, no psychological breakdowns from isolation. They can hibernate through those epic dust storms, self-repair with onboard AI diagnostics, and grind away 24/7 without a coffee break. Picture Optimus bots emerging from hibernation, shaking off the red dust like it's nothing, and getting right back to work. Elon explained it perfectly. Send the machines first to scout hazards, drill for water ice buried under the surface. Did you know Mars has more water ice than we thought? Potentially enough to fill Lake Michigan twice over. They could set up solar farms sprawling across craters, extract resources like iron and silicon from the regolith, even start producing rocket fuel on site using the Sabatier process, combining Martian CO2 with hydrogen to make methane propellant. If things go wrong, and they might, given the 50-50 odds, we lose a robot, not a human life. But if they succeed, we get invaluable real-time data, pre-built infrastructure ready to plug in, and humans could follow, maybe as soon as 2029 or more realistically 2031, once the kinks are ironed out. This late 2026 window is absolutely critical, because planetary alignments only happen every 26 months. Miss it, and you're stuck waiting 2 years for the next shot, when Earth and Mars are close enough for a shorter trip, about 6 to 9 months instead of longer hauls. That's why the pressure is mounting. Orbital refueling needs to be nailed. Heat shields must survive re-entry hellfire, and landings have to be pinpoint accurate. It's not hype, it's honest, raw ambition with massive risks baked in. And that's exactly what makes it so captivating for us in the AI and humanoid world. It's the ultimate test of tech-pushing boundaries. Now, with that setup, let's zoom in on the recent buzz. Just in the past week or so, as of mid-January 2026, Elon has been dropping hints that have the space community on edge. In a recent interview, he called a 2026 Mars push potentially a distraction for SpaceX, citing stalled progress on some key milestones like full orbital refueling tests. But hold up, don't hit panic yet. Sources close to the project, including updates from SpaceX insiders, affirm that the ambition remains. Late 2026 is still the target for that first uncrewed Starship to Mars, loaded with Optimus bots. For instance, just 4 days ago, reports emerged that SpaceX is ramping up Starship version 3 testing at Starbase, with Flight 12 now eyed for late January or early February. Elon surprised everyone 2 days ago by tweeting, yes, he's still active on X, that despite challenges, the team is all in on making 2026 happen, emphasizing Optimus as the perfect pioneer. This comes after a May 2025 update where he locked in late 2026 for the alignment window, shortening the journey. And get this, Tesla's Optimus production is accelerating faster than expected. Early 2026 prototypes are already integrating with Starship mock-ups for deployment simulations. No major setbacks reported there, but the distraction Comment? It's Elon being pragmatic, focusing on near-term wins like more Earth orbit demos to de-risk the big leap. This back and forth keeps things exciting. It's like watching a high-wire act where every update could tip the balance. Let's talk about the star of this mission, Tesla Optimus. This isn't some clunky industrial arm from a 90s factory. It's a full-fledged humanoid, standing 5 foot 8 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds, with over 40 actuators giving it that eerie, fluid, human-like movement that makes you do a double take. Watch the latest demos from late 2025. It walks confidently across uneven terrain, climbs stairs without a hitch, folds laundry with the precision of a pro, handles delicate objects like eggs without cracking them, and even pulls off basic yoga poses to show off its flexibility. Top speed, up to 5 miles per hour. Not sprinting, but enough to navigate a Martian base. And it can lift 45 pounds, making it ideal for hauling tools or stacking regolith bricks in repetitive back-breaking work that would exhaust humans. As of early 2026, just days into the year, Tesla has rolled out prototypes into real factories for testing. They're learning from massive data sets via the Dojo supercomputer, which crunches exabytes of video from Tesla cars and bots, integrated seamlessly with Grok AI for natural language commands and adaptive behavior. Elon calls it potentially the biggest product ever, bigger than the Cybertruck or Model Y, because once scaled, it could transform economies. Production ramp-up is no joke. Thousands are slated for internal use soon, with scaling to tens of thousands possible by mid-2026, and prices dropping under $20,000 to $30,000 at full scale. That's cheaper than a base Model 3. Imagine owning your own humanoid helper, but on Mars, Optimus truly shines as an explorer. Future versions teased in recent Tesla events will be radiation-hardened with shielded electronics, dust-sealed joints to withstand those abrasive storms, and solar-powered batteries for operations lasting weeks without recharge. Swarms of them, think 10, 20, even 50 bots per Starship, could collaborate autonomously, building bases, mining regolith for construction materials, and 3D printing habitats using local resources. No more dealing with that pesky 20-minute communication delay from Earth. The AI takes charge, deciding paths, adapting to obstacles, and fixing errors on the fly through machine learning loops. This is embodied AI at its peak. Robots that learn like us, evolve like Darwinian survivors, but endure extremes that would kill us in minutes. Elon envisions Optimus paving the way so vividly. He said it would be an epic picture to see Optimus walking around on the surface of Mars, perhaps even waving back at the camera. Imagine the first viral footage. A humanoid robot planting a Tesla flag on those iconic red dunes, with Phobos rising in the background. That's not just tech. That's history in the making. And it's the future we're all chasing here on Hypertech AI. To keep you hooked, let's pause and think. If you were programming an Optimus for Mars, what task would you assign first? Drilling for ice? Building a greenhouse? Drop it in the comments. I'll shout out the best ideas in the next video. Now, shifting gears to the ride that makes this possible, SpaceX's Starship. This thing is a beast. Towering at 397 to over 400 feet tall, it's the most powerful rocket humanity has ever built, with 33 Raptor engines on the Super Heavy booster alone, generating thrust that could lift entire skyscrapers. But it's not just power. It's reusability redefined, designed for rapid turnaround like an airplane, not a one-shot wonder. 2026 is shaping up to be massive for Starship. Version 3 upgrades are rolling out, with improved heat tiles, stronger structures, and better engine reliability. Flight 12 is on the horizon. Sources say late January or early February 2026, focusing on catching the booster mid-air with those giant Mechazilla chopstick arms at the launch tower. In-orbit refueling demos are the critical path right now. Tanker ships docking in space to refill propellant for the long Mars haul. If that clicks, and recent ground tests in December 2025 showed promise, we could see up to 5 uncrewed Starships queuing for the late 2026 window. This all builds on Falcon 9's insane track record. Over 598 launches as of now, with boosters reused 30-plus times, some hitting 32 flights. Starship takes that to God-tier levels, carrying over 100 tons to orbit, landing vertically on Mars using retro rockets and advanced heat shields that can withstand 3,000-degree re-entry inferno. Deployment? Optimus bots would roll out via ramps or airlocks, dozens at once, unfolding like transformers ready for action. Challenges abound. Refueling in zero-G isn't proven at scale yet. Landings on Mars's tricky terrain? Insanely hard, with past probes like NASA's Perseverance barely scraping by. But SpaceX iterates like no one else. Fail fast, learn faster. If they nail it this year, Starship becomes the backbone for everything. Cargo runs, robot deployments, and eventually human boots on the ground. And speaking of recent twists, just 6 days ago, Elon mused that pushing for Mars in 2026 could be a distraction amid Starship's Earth orbit priorities. But counter reports from 2 days ago affirm the team's Elon's surprise push. They're attempting the reach by year-end, with Optimus integration tests accelerating. This roller coaster of updates keeps us glued. Will they pull it off? Stay tuned, because Hypertech AI will cover every launch live. Realistic breakdown time. Let's walk through the 2026 mission step by step, because this is where the rubber meets the regolith. Starting with the launch window, November to December 2026, when Earth and Mars align for the optimal Hohmann transfer orbit, minimizing fuel and time. Starship lifts off from Starbase in Texas, or the new Florida pads, roaring into low Earth orbit. Then, the magic, refueling. That's the key milestone, with multiple tanker starships launching in quick succession, docking nose to pump cryogenic methane and oxygen. Recent simulations in early 2026 show it's feasible, but one leak or misalignment, and boom, delay. Once topped off, Starship coasts for 6 to 9 months, hibernating through the void, solar panels keeping systems alive. En route, Optimus bots could run self-diagnostics, perhaps even practicing tasks in zero-G. Arrival at Mars, the nail-biter. Entering the thin atmosphere at hypersonic speeds, heat shields glow white-hot. Then propulsive landing, firing Raptors to slow from $17,000 mph to 0, touching down on pre-scouted flatlands near the equator for max solar exposure. If successful, and remember those 50-50 odds, Optimus deploys immediately. Bots trampoline out, sensors scanning for hazards. Day 1, map the terrain with LiDAR and cameras, identifying water ice deposits. Week 1, drill baby drill, extracting samples for analysis. Month 1, set up solar arrays, maybe even a small reactor if nuclear tech advances by then. Data streams back to Earth via Starlink relays, already over 9,400 satellites strong, with more launching weekly. This feedback loop refines future missions. But real tension from the 50-50 odds. Success equals proof of concept. Robots proving the path for humans. Failure could be a hard landing, comms blackout, or power failure. Learn fast, iterate, retry in 2028 or 2029 with beefed up upgrades. Elon tempered expectations recently, calling 2026 a low probability shot in interviews, shifting some focus to mastering refueling here on Earth first. Yet the plan endures. Robots lead, humans follow. This pragmatic futurism is what separates dreamers from doers. It's calculated risk with world-changing payoff. To keep the energy high, let's compare this to history. Think Apollo 11, humans first, but at huge cost and risk. Now with AI, we're flipping the script. Robots as the vanguard, like the rover's spirit and opportunity, but smarter, mobile, and self-sufficient. What if Optimus discovers ancient microbial fossils, or unlocks unlimited helium-3 for fusion energy? The possibilities are endless. Why should you care about all this? This is straight-up survival tech for humanity. Elon warns loud and clear. As a one-planet species, we risk total extinction from asteroids, supervolcanoes, climate catastrophes, or even self-made wars. A Mars backup? It changes the game, spreading our eggs across baskets, ensuring consciousness survives no matter what. Optimus plus Starship equals AI pioneers at the forefront, building domed cities, terraforming valleys, while humans back home innovate without the doomsday clock. By the 2030s, robot fleets expanding outposts into thriving hubs, with greenhouses growing earth crops under LED lights. By the 2050s, self-sustaining colonies housing thousands, mining asteroids for rare metals, launching to Jupiter's moons. But let's address the elephant in the room. Ethical debates are heating up. AI rights. Do sentient humanoids deserve citizenship on Mars? Job displacement on Earth as bots take over manufacturing? Environmental impacts of mining another planet? Competitors like NASA with Artemis or China's Tianwen program are watching closely, potentially collaborating or racing. Recent polls from January 2026 show 70% of tech enthusiasts are thrilled, but 30% worry about unchecked AI. On Hypertech AI, we dive into these. Sound off in the comments. Pro or con on robot-led colonization? Wrapping this epic deep dive, that's the real high-stakes story of Optimus to Mars 2026. With updates like Elon's distraction pivot and surprise reaffirmations, the 50-50 chance it launches this year hangs in the balance. Will robots beat us to the red planet and kickstart the multiplanetary era? Drop your predictions in the comments. What do you think the odds really are? Would you volunteer for a human follow-up mission? Like, if this got you pumped for the future, subscribe to Hypertech AI for more humanoid, AI, and space breakdowns. We've got live Starship coverage coming. Hit the bell for instant updates on Flight 12, Optimus demos, and every twist in this saga. Thanks for sticking through to the end. You're the reason we go deep like this. Let's build the future one robot at a time, to Mars and beyond.